everybody. And thank you so much for reciting the foundation of all good qualities. Actually, in global traditions, there are 8 different Lamrim. So the foundation of all good quality is one of them. It's very short versions, but it's very important. So why not, all of you still very young, so please try to memorize, because when you travel to somewhere, you can just chant this text and you can contemplate with the meaning. So it's so important text. And right now, I think this day we are studying about the karma. So how the karma is linked, related to the Lamrim. So Lamrim, the Lam is the path, path to enlightenment or path to happiness. Just say happiness. The happiness we can divide into 3. One is very temporary happiness, which is happiness in the samsara. Second, the happiness is more higher than the temporal happiness, which is liberation. Liberate from samsara. Then the highest one, the highest happiness is the Buddhahood. So 3 of them. Among the 3, which one you want to wish is also depend on your practice of, contemplation on karma. In order to reborn in the higher realms, you have to know the positive karma. You need to know how to accumulate the positive karma. In order to reborn in the higher realms, you need to avoid the lower realms, which is unfortunate realms. For example, hungry gods, animal, and hell realms. In order to avoid them, also you need to know what are the cause and condition of the lower realms. We also know the negative karma, how to avoid, how to accumulate the negative karma. The second happiness, which is liberation. In order to achieve liberation, you have to, get out from the samsara. In order to get out from samsara, you need to cut the ignorance. Once you're able to cut the ignorance, you're able to cut karma, negative karma or positive karma. Also, practicing 10 virtues, avoiding non-10 virtues also very necessary, even though you wish to achieve liberation. The third, the highest happiness, the perfect happiness, which is Buddhahood. In order to achieve Buddhahood, first, a very important one, we have to cultivate, we have to grow the bodhicitta within our mind. In order to cultivate bodhicitta, there are actually so many obstacles. Among the obstacles, there are 2 obstacles. One is the negative action, one is negative affliction. That's why when you read the Bodhisattva way of life, first the chapter you're talking about the beneficial of bodhicitta. The second chapter you talk about purifying negative karma. So even though you should not think I want to practice bodhicitta, I don't need to practice the 10 virtues. So in order to cultivate bodhicitta, the virtues is very important. So there's so many things we have to learn about the karma. So the main point I'm telling you, in order to practice bodhicitta, we need to practice 10 virtues actions. In order to achieve liberation, again we have to practice the 10 virtues, avoid the non-10 virtues, avoid the 10 non-virtues. in order to reborn in the higher realms, again, the 10 virtues and non-10 virtues evolve. So practicing 10 virtues is very, very important foundation. It look like, in order to build a house, first we have to, we have to make the ground plan. In order to grow something in the ground, in the field, we have to remove all the bad grass. The first important, look at now we have a Lamrim class, everybody wish to practice Lamrim. We should not just practice the higher level. We start from the foundation, which is totally avoid non-virtues and try to accumulate the virtues. Then you have a foundation, you have a very good soil that you can grow something, you can build something. Among the virtues, there's a two aspect, in terms of aspect, virtues and non-virtues. The virtues and non-virtues action, we can differentiate only based on motivation, not just action. If you have a really pure and great motivation, the actions look like quite negative, but actually you accumulate the positive action. And the action is look like very positive, very good. If you have a bad motivation, the physical or verbal action is look like positive, but you are accumulating negative action. So the positive and negative action depend on the motivation. So each time, when you do practice, any kind of practice, just reciting just one mantra, first you check your motivation. After you cultivate the great motivation, then you can engage in your practice. That practice go into the right direction. When you do meditation, very short time or long time, or just 5 seconds, 1 minute, check your motivation. Then your practice, your meditation, your recitation, going to the practice of Dharma. Otherwise, you look like you are doing practice, but the practice never goes to the practice of Dharma. Then the last class we talk about the karma is fixed in a great increase. Then you never going to experience, which is it accumulate the karma. Once you accumulate the karma never going to disappear without having giving result to you. So this is so important. If you really think, yes, karma is fixed, then if I accumulate negative karma, definitely I will experience the negative action, which is give you suffering. It's fixed, it doesn't change. Positive karma never give you the negative result. Negative karma never give you the positive result. It's very fixed. For example, obviously it's very easy. For example, when you get angry, look at when you see someone get angry, the words always negative. Someone get very angry, they never have the very positive, very nice words, always negative words. And someone can have a very compassion, good heart, good heart when they speak. The verbal is always positive. So that's mean in generally you don't have to know a lot of logic and reasoning after the positive karma, negative karma. So the motivation arises the action. Through action, the positive action give you positive impact, positive result. Negative action give you negative result, negative impact. So it's so important to know the four. So among the four, somebody asked the question, how the negative karma, or positive karma, it get increase. It has it increase. For example, today we accumulate, a positive karma, positive action. If the positive action, won't destroyed by anger, then the positive karma always increase day by day, more and more and more. Or same, if we accumulate negative karma today, if we don't, purify the negative karma through your practice, the negative karma increase every day more and more, increase limitlessly. So I remind you that in the last class, every evening before you go to bed, before you sleep, just recite, the 100 syllables mantra, or just recite Om Mani Padme Hum, or recite just, taking refuge in Bodhicitta, and just have a sense of regret. That negative karma which is accumulated today, in the evening you just have a sense of regret and just recite the mantra in order to stop, increase the negative karma. Also, before you go to bed, or you just recite some mantra or recite some chanting, do some chanting, just make a reflection of your positive action. Have a some, rejoice yourself. Then the positive karma not going to increase, the negative karma increase forever. So look at in the past when we study also Lamrim, there's a you must pay attention in the two seasons, during the meditation season or your non-meditation time. So when you meditate, at that moment you are very much paying attention about your motivation. You are trying to have always good thoughts. After you arose from your meditation or your practice season, then we never pay attention about our mind, and there's a great danger to accumulate again negative karma. If we pay intention about meditation season or arose the meditation season, there's only two seasons. So you must check your motivation at the beginning. You must make a reflection in the evening what you have done during the day. If you think today I accumulate a lot of negative karma, then recite the mantra or chanting, and just should have a strong regret about negative karma. Stop to increase the negative karma, and you have a strong rejoice about your own positive karma, and try to increase, try to dedicate the positive karma. So I hope you everybody remember the four, the head rings. This is what we're talking about, karma. So right now we are studying, the small scope parts. So I hope next week we will study the middle parts, middle scope parts. Okay, everybody remember how many pages do you need to read? Pages. Total how many pages? Quite a lot? Not really.
To understand it is quite a lot. 3, 9, 6, right? 3,
Yeah.
4, 11. Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, I hope everybody read all the pages. Okay, so page number 388, there are the subheading, right? First, thinking about cause and effect in general. It has two subsections. Actual way to think about the cause and effect in general. Number 2 is thinking about some specific point. Then first you need to think the karma in generally. There, look at how karma is fixed. Karma show great increases. One does not meet with something if one has not credit in the karma for it to happen. Number 4, karma one in credit will not disappear for its own accord. So we just finish this 4. This is just talking about karma in generally. Today we start the second subheading, which is thinking about some specific point, which is page number 397. Right, 397. Okay, today we start from the page number 397. So before we start the new lesson, look at it at the beginning. What it called, you need to develop faith. You need to develop faith about cause and effect of the samsara, right? Cause and effect. So once you have a strong belief in karma, once you have a really strong belief in positive karma, then you always try to accumulate positive karma. You always try to avoid the negative karma. If you are not sure about the law of karma, you are not sure law of the causality, then you are not sure about your positive karma and negative karma. It is so important. Just based on the Buddha teaching, you just really believe from your heart, or you just believe based on logics or reasoning. At the beginning, you really need to believe, yes, this is positive, it gives me happiness, or it gives me a good thing. I will accumulate as much as I can. And this is negative karma. I try to avoid as much as I can. For example, you have two food. One food is very healthy food, organic food. The one food is the food which is poison food. If you know the right hand, you have a food is very healthy, organic, you always wish to eat. On the other hand, you know the food is the poison food, right? You never try to eat, you never try to taste it. You know the consequences will be very bad. So the positive karma is look like a food, like poison food. Once you eat the sweet poison food, at the moment you don't feel, it's a poison. And when you eat, it never give you the sickness. It never give you the suffering right away. If it's so strong, it has a very strong poison. Yes, then you can feel it. After you eat, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, you got sick. So the positive karma is look like healthy food, always wish to eat because you want to be very healthy. The negative karma is look like the poison food. So even though some karma you accumulate this life, so you're going to experience the result in this life. Sometimes you accumulate this negative karma, yesterday you're going to experience the result today. So the positive karma same. There's a story in the Tibet. There was I think 2 monks who stay in the monastery as a retreat, and one of the family, the family invited them to do kind of puja, chanting. So they invited 2 monks and let them recite the text, and they offer lunch, and they return to their retreat place. Soon, when they retreat to receive the retreat place, one of the monk got very strong pain, very strong. It looked like almost nearly dead, very strong. Then both of them next morning they met their master. They tell the story. Yesterday we went to the village, we did the puja, they offered lunch. After we came back, I got so strong pain in my body. It looked like I'm going to die. Then the master told, because the family who offer you food, the thing, whatever they offer the food, the thing like flour, oil or meat, whatever, they buy from market. The money which is used in the market, the money, he sold a very cigarette tax. He sold the cigarette tax. He got money, he buys something and offer lunch to the monks. That's what the master said, because you have a very light, you have a very little negative karma. That's why the negative karma repel you very quickly. Other monk has a more heavy karma, so he didn't experience the negative karma right there. So some karma you accumulate this life, experience this life. Accumulate this morning, you can experience this evening too. So but in the subtle level we don't know how the karma function, how the karma giving result into us. So it's so important you have a very strong, belief and strong faith in karma. You must think the positive karma always, give rise positive result. I must accumulate. Negative karma, I must avoid, I must abandon. Then you have a good foundation of your practice. This is just you should just think in karma in generally. The second one, another important one, think about some of these specific of cause and effect. This has three sections. Thinking about the black side of the cause and effect, that means negative karma. Number two, thinking about the white side of cause and effect. Number three, teaching about the door that unintentionally lead to the powerful karma. It's talking about the negative karma and positive karma. What are the most important door? We can include all this, the heavy karma. The number one, thinking about the black side and cause and effect. It has three sections. Actual black karmic process. Difference make for heavy or light karma. Teaching what the result of these karmas are. That means, we need to know how the black karma we accumulate, how to give result. How the negative karma we accumulate, how it gives its result. How the karma is heavy and light. Then what the result of the karmas are. Then the actual black karmic process, if the law of cause and effect is so important, even on a very subtle level, what then is the basis for modifying one's behavior? That means now they know, the law of cause and effect is so important. How we can change our behavior, how we can change, how we modify the karma basis on what? Is a big question. Then look at the next one. Treasure of the metaphysics, Abhidharma. There are so many negative karma, there are so many positive karma, but we include approximately, all the negative karma we include into 10. All the positive karma also we include into 10, approximately, not completely. That's when he's talking about, non-10 virtues and 10 virtues, negative and positive. So among the 10s, first we need to know a little bit about the killing. Okay, without looking at your text, can you count the 10 non-virtues, karma? First one, killing. Let's say from body, how many?
Body is three.
3. What are they?
Killing, stealing, sexual
misconduct. And verbally?
Verbally 4.
4. What are they?
Lying, divisive speech,
Yeah, divisive,
harsh speech, idle gossip.
other gossip. Okay. And mentally, there are 3. What are they?
Covetousness,
Okay.
covetousness, hatred, hatred,
Hatred? No.
malicious, wrong view,
Wrong view. Yeah.
harmful,
Okay, these are the,
different word.
known 10 virtues. The opposite is the 10 virtues. Okay, actually, in English there's a virtues. That means look like good and bad. Good and bad, right? Virtues mean like a good, non-virtues like a bad. In Tibetan language we say Gewa. That means virtues. Migewa, non-virtues. The meaning about the gewa means when you experience the result, if you have a pleasant feeling, it's like kind of positive. When you experience the result, if you have an unpleasant feeling, it's like negative. Virtues and non-virtues. Then another important we have to know the action. Okay, the action is look like a negative. The karma, which is led by action, it can be positive. The actions look like positive. The karma, which is led by the action, is look like action is negative. The karma is look like positive. Action is acting, and both, none of them. That means there's a four possibility. Karma. Now also when the karma at the beginning, when you accumulate fresh of the first karma is not the mental imprint. It is kind of mental factor. For example, when you have a very strong motivation, you wish to do the prostration, this also karma. It's called the mental karma. It's a mind. It's kind of mental factor. The motivation is like a karma. Second, then you act to do the prostration. Then you call is a physical action. When you recite the mantra or you chanting, then you call speech action. So all karma not necessary to be the mental imprint. The first moment it is consciousness. Second moment this karma transformed as a mental imprint. And also accumulating karma is okay. It's not all karma is same. How we can accumulate mental karma? How we accumulate physical karma and verbal karma, like speech karma? When the mental act, the thing, you accumulating mental karma. Then, without you acting, for example, I have a strong motivation to do prostration. I should think, I think I should do prostration. That means I have a mental action. This is called mental action. Then second, I get up, do the prostration. This is called the, body, like a physical karma or physical action. Then verbal. In order to accumulate the physical action, you have to physically act, verbally act. In order to accumulate mental karma, just mental level, you don't have to act physically, verbally. Even you think, you accumulate the mental karma. Then somebody think, I will do the prostration. The physical, then you do the prostration, you have done the prostration, then you accumulate what? You accumulate the physical karma. Okay? In order to have a complete physical karma, then you have to act physically. In order to have a complete mental karma, you don't have to act physically. So, accumulating mental karma is very easy, positive or negative. If you think I should have argues with someone, you accumulate mental karma. So this is how we accumulate. Now within the killing. Look at. Then in Buddhist we usually take a vows. Lay person vows, Navil vows, full ordained vows, Vajrasattva vows, Bodhicitta vows. Taking vow is look like reducing very gross level of negative emotions. For killing, so if you have a commitment, I won't kill anybody. Even though you think I will kill, but if you have a commitment, it is stopped. You engage into killing. So taking vows, in making commitment is very important. Then somebody is, very worried. Okay, what happened after I, against the vows? For example, somebody took a vows, maintained the vows for 10 years. After 10 years, the person, against broke the vow. But for 10 years, the person accumulated a lot of positive karma. But when he against the vow, he was against just how many times? Just one time. He accumulated only the one negative karma. For the 10 or 20 years, he or she accumulated a lot of positive karma. Also, taking vow is another important because, for example, there are two persons. One person have a commitment. One person is took a vows, not killing anybody. He only took a vows. His friend, he never took a vows. But both of them totally, avoid from killing. Both of them never killing anybody, any sentient beings. But the difference, the person who have a vows, he accumulates a lot of positive karma every day. The person, even though he don't kill anybody, he doesn't kill anybody, but he doesn't have a vows, but he don't accumulate the positive karma. Okay, then you can say it's a big difference. Take vows and not taking vows. So taking vows, after you take a vows, you reduce the negative, very strong negative. You reduce, but mental level is still there. In order to reduce the subtle level of negative emotions, then you have to do the practice. You have to do meditation. Because without meditation, you cannot reduce, you cannot eliminate the negative karma, negative action, negative affliction. So taking vows reduce the negative action gross level. And through meditation, it reduce the subtle level. That way we have a three practice of Shila, practice of mindfulness, practice of wisdom. Practice Shila, look like have a foundation because you reduce the gross negative action, gross negative afflictive emotion. Through mindfulness practice, you reduce almost very, very subtle level of afflictive emotion and negative action. Once you practice wisdom, then you eliminate the negative action, negative karma from the root. So practicing, Shila, mindfulness, wisdom are so important. So, in the future, if you have a chance to take a vows, you just, actually except you, if you could, if you are able to take the vows, it's very good. Taking vows reduce the negative action gross level, negative affliction gross level. Now killing. Okay, among the 10s, now we study about a little bit about killings. So all of them has a 4 basis, intention, then deed and complete. Sorry, 3 G is number 4 basis,
Intention.
second intention,
Then there's the deed.
third deed,
Then the final step.
the final. In order to have the complete karma, for complete one, we need a 4 basis, intention, deed, and end. Even though, in order to have a complete, positive karma, motivation, actual practice, and end dedication. So, in order to have a complete, killing negative karma which is killing, come from killing, first we need a basis. So, if someone kill themselves, but they kill them, he or herself, but the person not going to accumulate the killing actions. Because the person themselves not separate than the other person, just himself or herself. So basis means in order to accumulate, the physical action which is the killing, we have to kill. The person must need to kill a human being. Human. Just killing insect is very bad. It still accumulate negative karma, but not going to against with the root vows. The basis. Look at the basis of killing involves another being, quite distinct from the oneself. Is to be killed. This means you have the killing. Talking about killing human, also distinct. Is from other, not yourself. Intention is about three parts: recognition, motive, delusion. Recognition, motive or motivation, delusion. Now yes, somebody thinks I must kill the person. That means you must recognize whom going to kill, whom you going to kill. Recognition. Then motivation, why you want to kill the person. Then delusion, you going to kill the person because you think he is your enemy, you have a strong hatred. You going to kill the person because the person has a lot of money, then you have a desire, you have an attachment about money. So you think after I'm killing the person, I'm going to accumulate, positive karma. That means you have a very strong ignorance. That means recognition, motivation, delusion. Recognition means you must recognize who you're going to kill. The person thinks I'm going to kill Mr. A. Somehow mistakenly he killed Mr. B. The person accumulates negative karma, but the person not going to accumulate negative karma among the 10, which is the killing karma. Because he has he mistaken the person. Okay, recognition is so important. Then motivation. Motivation means just, for example, somebody driving on the road. Somebody is driving. The person doesn't have any motivation to kill a person. Accidentally he killed someone on the road, but the person didn't have a motivation. But he accumulated negative karma, but he not accumulating the killing human being. He not going to accumulate the killing negative karma because the person doesn't have a motivation. Then delusion. You can somebody kill person based on attachment, money, poverty, or hatred because the person had the person. That's why they kill. Delusion. The deed is here one important deed. So somebody has a motivation to kill the person exactly recognizes the person is totally, the mind is totally deluded by 3 poison, one of the 3 poison. But how the person how they can kill? They can kill by using kind of weapon or using kind of poison, or another dangerous, somebody kill person using a mantra. For example, for us, very careful when you do kind of puja. Somebody asks to do puja in order to, lose somebody's life. It's no good at all. So that's why, in India, even though many people, don't like the Tantrayana or Vajrayana, they thought Tantrayana is using certain mantra to kill someone. They thought they used that mantra in order to gain a lot of money from others. Also, nowadays in India, many people use a mantra for killing others. So killing not necessarily be killed by weapon, killed by kind of poison food. Also, somebody can kill using their mantra. That means how they they have done, like it did. So basis, recognition, motivation, delusion, then did. The last final step. Final step is also important. For example, somebody recognize the person, they have a motivation, the mind is totally diluted by 3 poison, and he killed the person. Just after kill the person, he got so strong regret. Then also the karma is not complete. Not complete. After he completely kill the person, if the person have a sense of enjoy, sense of appreciate, sense of rejoice, then the karma is completely become very complete. They cannot recognize how somehow they killed. That means it's not complete. The karma haven't complete yet. They recognize the person, but they don't have a motivation. Then the karma is haven't complete yet. They recognize, they have a motivation, but somehow they don't have any kind of delusion, attachment, desire, anger, even though the karma is not complete. So recognize, they have a motivation, the mind is totally deluded by 3 poison, and finally he used the weapon, kill the person. Then suddenly the person got very strong regret. Then the karma is haven't complete. In order to have a complete killing karma, the 5 factors are very important. That's why you everybody heard the story about the captain killed one person in the ship, right? Do you remember the story? There's a business people going for business, and in the ship there's a man. He thought, I'm going to kill all the businessmen or the merchant, then I can own all the things. Then other person noticed, oh, he has a motivation. Then before he killed other, the person killed the person. So the person never accumulate negative karma. Instead of accumulating negative karma, he accumulate positive karma. Because he has a very good motivation, very pure motivation. After he killed the person, he got very strong regret. So there are 4 bases. Then there's a lot of story we can read. The next we move to the taking what is not given. Page number 402. It is same basis, intention, recognition, delusion, deed, and final step. Now just we think about stealing. In order to have a complete stealing negative action, what we need? We need a 5 factor basis. So what is the basis? Possession that another hold to be his. Okay. For example, somebody asked to keep his pocket to his friend. He said, please keep my pocket in your bag. Okay. So after 1 hour, he really wanted to steal money from his friend's pocket. Mistakenly, he take money from his own pocket, right? And pocket. Actually, he steal, but he not going to accumulate the stealing negative karma, because the money is not belongs to others. It belongs to the person himself, he or himself. Okay, that means in order to have a complete stealing negative karma, the thing must belong to other. The intention has a 3 part: recognition, motivation, delusion. So So when the person steals something, they must steal the thing not belong to person itself, it belong to someone. The motivation, yes, the person must have a motivation to steal something. The delusion, again, they can steal the money based on attachment, hatred, or ignorance. So in order to have a complete negative karma, the four factor, right? The basis, recognition, delusion, deed, and the last one, the final step. Final step. So among the the five factors, like the basis, the recognition, delusion, deed, and final step. Some negative action, the final step is it have to be involved. Some negative action not important. For example, we're going to learn it after that, like a misconduct, sexual misconduct. It's not, all negative karma is not same how to accumulate. Some action, the final step is very important to have a complete negative karma. Some, the basis is more important. Not much the final step. Some of them, the delusion is more involved, more important than the others. For example, killing. So killing, for example, when you see somebody kills someone, you should not say, "Oh, I don't have a motivation. I don't have motivation. My mind is not totally deluded by 3%." When you killed, so you got punished. Then another, the misconduct, sexual misconduct. As a special, the audience, when they have a, physical relationship with someone, so when you have a physical relationship, then the full audience must live the monastery life. You should not say, the person should not say, "Oh, I don't have a motivation. I don't have a, my mind is not deluded by 3%. When you involve, you have to live, because this is the, the basis is important. No much motivation. Then another, like drinking alcohol. So generally, if you drink alcohol, according to Buddhism, you're not going to say you're going to accumulate negative karma. Okay? Once you take a vows, then you take alcohols, then you accumulate negative karma. Because drinking alcohol is a neutral, not positive, not negative. It's very neutral. But there are two different, two different views. Somebody said drinking alcohol is naturally, positive. Another sutra said drinking alcohol naturally not like a, positive. It's neutral. Once you take a vow, after you take alcohol, then it become negative. Generally, it's a neutral. Also, same, sexual misconduct. So it's naturally it's the neutral, not positive, not negative. After you take a vows, if you go through the sexual misconduct, then we say you can accumulate negative karma. In general, it's very neutral. So some karma, the basis is very important. In order to accumulate the karma, basis is more important. Some karma is delusion is very important. Some karma, the final step is very important. So that's why you have to know how the karma accumulate. Taking what is not given as a basis, then intention as a recognition, delusion, deed, and final step. The final step, Also, when you take something from other without giving, once you think, yeah, now it's belong to me, it's mine, this is the final step. You're just stealing from someone, you haven't finished it, you haven't completed the negative karma, because you don't have a force, because you never think, this thing belongs to me, this thing is mine, this final step. Also, related to the killing, many people think, even though in my region, we have I think only 1 or 2% in the village. We invite him to kill, animal, yak, sheep. We don't kill. We thought it's a very negative karma. But we ask them come and kill the animals. What the Pabongka said, if you want to kill the animal, you kill yourself. Don't ask other, because you accumulate two negative karma. You accumulate, other people who kill also accumulate negative karma. Also you yourself also accumulate negative karma. So many people think, I'm not really killing, I ask them kill. But actually, both of them accumulating negative karma. Also, the people who are pure vegetarian is a very good be vegetarian. Even though, the people who take meat, not vegetarian, also there's a big question. For example, maybe one company, input maybe 1,000 kilo meat. When they bring here, they bring for whom? Bring for the people who eat the meat. So the people who killed all the animals, all the sea, like a fish and whatever, chickens, so and so. The people who killed, also they kill for us. Kill for us, also we could accumulate negative karma. That's why, according to Vinaya, because it's a very kind of touchy subject between different traditions. According to, I think, the Chinese Buddhist traditions, and monks and nuns not supposed to take any meat, right? They're not supposed to eat any meat, which is very good. But according to the Vinaya text, what Buddha said, if you want to be vegetarian, when you get food from the people, you just accept what they offer to you. And you go somewhere, you just throw away the meat, you take the rest of the food. And also, if somebody cook for you, if somebody cook meat for you, make sure they don't kill the animal only for you. Make sure you have seen they kill for you. Make sure you have no doubt. If you think you have a doubt, oh, maybe they kill for me, you should not eat. If you have seen they kill for you, you should not eat. Or if you heard, they kill for you, you should not eat. That means, has seen, hear, have a doubt, you should not eat. So this is very clear in the, according to the Vinaya rules, Vinaya law. So killing, also now look at killing is related to the Buddhist practice. Because essence of the Buddha teaching is interdependent, origination and non-violence. Non-violence. The non-violence has a two meaning. One, if you harm others here refer to the maybe like a human being or animals. We never think, killing like a lot of insect. We never think killing kind of 100 or 1,000 of mosquitoes. We never think when we take the antibiotic, how many kind of insect we killing. Also be pure kind of vegetarian or pure kind of non-violence practice is so difficult nowadays. So killing not only refer to the generally killing, not human being, not only the animals, also killing insect, killing kind of very small bacteria. Also, we according to Buddhists, we can recognize as a sentient beings. Killing not necessarily killing human being, but among the when you take the vows, practicing 10 virtues, among the 10, killing here refer to killing what? Killing human being. In generally, killing, killed mean the thing which has a life. When we take a life, then we accumulate the negative karma. That's all the killing. We say life. Life not referred to like a trees. According to modern science, they believe the tree has a life. But Buddhism, we don't believe the trees, the plants has a life. But they move, here and there. They need a water. They need a certain amount of water or heat. But if we don't believe there has a life, what does meaning of the life? Huh? Movement? Emotion.
Consciousness.
Okay, make sure that answer is right one. Huh? What does mean life? Huh? Consciousness is not life, right?
You're asking about the Buddhism life or?
Yeah. According to Buddhism, what does mean life?
Because in Dura you mentioned about something like the inner matters and outer matters.
No.
The inner matter is the one that have life, outer matter is the one that have no
No.
life.
This is a inner form, external form.
Yeah.
Is that different? So what does mean life? Taking life. Huh? Having emotion? No.
Born from
Huh?
is it like born from the four way?
Yeah.
Like womb, moisture.
Yeah. So, kind of. There's a 4 different ways, we can give a birth. So that means okay. Life means having emotion. Somebody say who has an emotion, there's a life. Who are born from the three doors, like 4 doors, with a life. Sure? If you say like a door, so born from the 4 doors, that's mean the formless realms. They never born, they never born from the 4 doors. So far there's no much clear the definition of the life, but the metaphysics treasure said, the meaning of life, which is the basis of. So the life meaning, which the meaning of the life is the basis of the heat and the mind. Basis of the heat and mind. This is the meaning of the life. So taking life is not so difficult to say somebody take a life or not, because there's so many subtle sentient beings. Okay, so we just finished the 2, killing and stealing. The number 3, sexual misconduct. It also have the same basis. Then recognition, delusion, motivation, deed, and final steps. So usually, I think most of you think, the sexual misconduct not necessarily only thing, if you have a life partner. So if you have a you have a relationship with someone, not your life partner, then we consider sexual misconduct. Okay, according to Buddhism, even though when your life partner became pregnant, At that moment, if you have a physical relationship, it's also supposed to be like sexual misconduct. Or if you use, other like organism, right? Then also is wrong horrific. Also considered is a sexual misconduct. If you have a kind of the relationship, next to your guru, then also supposed to be sexual misconduct. If you have the relationship in front of the Buddha statue, in front of the Thanga, also is referred to the kind of supposed to be sexual misconduct. And then among the three physical non-virtues, the killing usually, most time the killing motivated by anger. The sexual misconduct usually motivated by attachment. And stealing, most time motivated by desire or attachment. But three of them motivated by ignorance. So, most trauma not necessarily involve the attachment. Sometimes the only headache can steal something. Sexual misconduct. The next one, the lying. Okay, lying, right? Lying has the same thing. Basis, intention, motivation, delusion, deeds. So everybody, I think, has a doubt of the basis. So here basis refer to what? Human being who knows, you have to lie to the human being, right? Human. Look at the basis is human being. You must be speaking to the human being who know how to speak and who understand what you are saying. The lying, the basis is the human being. Intentions is same thing. Recognize you have to know I'm lying to this person. The delusion have a same thing. Can be delusion, can be attachment, desire, anger, whatever. The deeds. Finally, you have to use the body language or you have to say something. Then you also has a doubt. For example, somebody chasing a deer. You saw the deer go in this direction. And after the hunter come and ask you where the deer has gone. If you say the deer has gone that way, is include lying or not?
Yes.
Okay, the hunter chasing the deer went to the this direction, and the second the hunter come, they ask where the deer has gone. You say this way, right? It's a lying or not?
White lie.
Huh? White lying. Actually, it's a lying. It's lying. But he never accumulate the complete the lying negative actions because he don't have a really motivation to lie. Because he thought he want to set the deer lie. But he mentioned, this text mentions he's including into the lying. Also stealing, here we say something because somebody is supposed to pay, $1 tax every month. And the person says you must pay $1.50. You take 50 cents more. The person have to tax only supposed to pay only $1. If you ask to pay 50 cents more, then you still stealing money from the person because the money belong to the person. Okay, stealing not necessarily just taking one. If you take more, also is stealing. Okay, so now we just stop here. Then next we just jump to the heavy parts. Otherwise, all is similar. So next time when you come back, please everybody try to remember all the basis, motivation, delusion, deeds, and final step. Most of it same now. Next class we just go through the heavy parts. Different they made for heavy or light karma. Okay, so I have a tea break. Listen. I think this time everybody done good homework, so there's nothing I can teach more. Okay, so next we study a little bit about heavies and light karma. The differences that make for heavy or light karma is very important subject. Okay, so page number 405. There are 6 of these, heavy by nature. Number 1. Number 2, heavy because of the intention. Then number 3, heavy because of the deed. Then number 4, heavy because of the basis. 5, heavy because of the always being done. The last one, heavy because no antidote has been applied. These are very important to know when you practice Lamrim. So we just studied about the known 10 virtues and 10 virtues action. Heavy by nature, the 7 karmic action of body and speech range from the heaviest first killing. So among the 10, first we study about the speech and body. Within the 7, the first was really heavy, the second was lighter, then lighter and lighter. Okay, if you compare with killing and stealing, killing is heaviest, is naturally heaviest because killing is usually very bad. If you compare killing and stealing, stealing is lighter than the killing. The number 3, lying. If you compare stealing and lying, the stealing is more heavy than the lying. So that means naturally heavy because they are naturally killing is very bad than the stealing. Compared with stealing and the lying, stealing is a bad, compared with more heavy than the lying. Then, competitors, whatever, there is more lighter and lighter. Within the 3 from mind, what are they? 3 from mind? Covetous,
Harmful intent.
harmful,
Intent.
then
Wrong view.
wrong view.
Right.
So within the 3, the first is lighter than the last 2. The compared with 3, the wrong view is the most heaviest action or heaviest karma. If you have a wrong view means things that exist. If you think they are not exist, you have a certain wrong view. The 4 noble truths are exist. If you say there's no 4 noble truths, there are no karma, there's no next life, there's no such as Buddha and Dharma Sangha, then you have a wrong view. If you totally, against with the reality, then you have a very strong ignorance. When you have a very strong ignorance, all the negative emotions are very easy to arise within your mind. That's why wrong views is one of the heaviest, action. It's naturally heaviest. Now next one, heavy because of the intention. So we can say, lighter and heavy based naturally. Second, we differentiate based on the intention. When the intention is due to the very strong delusion, but the non-virtues using insulting words. For example, you say very bad thing to someone. For example, you say, "Oh, you are stupid." The word is very simple. If you use the word with a very strong, motivation, very bad motivation, it's become very heavy negative action. Insult someone is not that bad. If you insult someone, if you criticize someone with a very strong negative afflictive emotion, then the karma becomes very heavy because the intention is so strong, the motivation is so strong. Just insult other is not that heavy. It becomes heavy because of intention. Now you look at it, it's very important for us. Just you recite just one word, Om Mani Padme Hum. If you have very strong motivation, if you have a very powerful kind of sense of compassion, within the good motivation, if you recite a simple mantra, you accumulate very powerful positive karma. For example, insult someone with a very strong negative thoughts, it becomes very heavy because intention. So most time, you please everybody pay attention about your intention, motivation, and your thoughts. Then number 3, heavy because of the deed. For example, very simple way, there's a small kind of small insect. It's so small. If you kill, you can kill within 1 second. But you play with the insects many times. When you kill, right? And finally killed. But it becomes very heavy because you have a very long kind of action. Look at heavy because of the deed. An example of this is killing statistically with the intention torture. Also killing elephant, for example, is heavy since the killing is insect. Because killing compared with elephant and insect, killing an elephant is more heavier than the killing insect. Because it takes long time to kill, and the elephant suffer long time. Even though if you kill insect with a very cruel way, also it becomes very heavy. The insect is so simple one. Heavy because of the deed. The next one, heavy because of the basis. Here look at beings such as one guru, ordinance, master, bodhisattva, members of the sangha, parents. Someone killed a guru, another person killed ordinance person like a monk. If you compare killing guru, the people who kill guru, the person who killed bodhisattvas, the person who killed guru, he accumulated very strong negative karma than the person who killed bodhisattvas. Because his basis, if you compare with your guru and bodhisattvas, your guru is more important than the bodhisattvas. It's a basis, The members of a sangha. If you kill, someone kill sangha, other person kill a parents. If you compare two of them, the person who kills sangha accumulate very heavy karma than the killing parents. So heavy is because of the basis. The next one, heavy because of the always being done. Somebody killed, someone just one time. They never kill, every day. Someone kills someone, like animal, like a fish, like another sentient being, every day. It's become very heavy, what they have been doing every day. Also, lying, stealing, deceit, cheating. If you cheat every day, then your negative karma become very heavy because you always been done. Next, heavy because of the antidote has been applied. Not heavy because no antidote has been applied. This is also very important. If we don't use any antidote to reduce, purify negative karma, the negative karma becomes very heavy. Very heavy. So each time when we accumulate negative karma, negative action, we must use one of the antidotes and purify the negative karma, minimize, purify, stop to increase. Even though somebody killed insect today, very simple negative. If don't use any antidotes, then the simple negative karma become very strong because it increase every day, day by day. So using antidotes is very important. Then some negative action can become based on every 6. For example, killing elephant is heavy. Naturally, killing is very bad. When you kill elephant, if you have a very strong negative affective emotion, it's become heavy because of the intention. Or someone kills elephant every day, every years, it's become very heavy because of the deed. Then the basis, if you think, someone can be heavy among the total 6 together. For example, killing parents. Someone killed our parents with a very strong affective emotion, attachment, desire, anger, hatred, with the cruel. After they have done, they never use any antidote, it's become very heavy. This is next one, you can say there are 1 to 6 types of heavy involved. So now we can learn, heavy is because the naturally heavy. Is heavy because of the intention, heavy because of the deeds. It have been doing every time. It's become very heavy because the basis, that the killing or whatever is very important. Next one, he become heavy because have been doing every day. The next one become very heavy because of the not using antidotes. So, it's a differentiation between heavy and light. Also, another important what Buddha said to Sudara, the wise person have done very heavy karma, but it become very light. Then, the idiot, the unwise person has done very light karma, but it will become very heavy. Because the wise or the person who know how to purify, how to minimize, even though they accumulate very strong, very heavy negative karma, is become light. For example, small stone, very small stone is very small. If you throw in the water, the small stone go drowning in the water. It never leap up. The pot, which is made of, like a very made of metal brass, is so heavy. Even if you put on the water, it's never doing. It's leap up. This means, if you know how to purify, if you know how to use antidotes, sometimes you don't have any option. You have to engage the negative action. Even if you know how to use antidotes, if you know how to purify, the negative karma become very light. If you don't know how to use antidote, if you don't know how to purify, then the small, the light negative karma become very heavy. So that's why we must know how to purify. So we have to purify, we have to eliminate the purified negative karma using the 4 powers. Number 1, power of basis of field. Number 2, power of antidotes. Number 3, do you remember? Power,
Regret.
regret. Regret. You make a commitment, I'm not going to engage anymore. Number 4, huh?
Refuge.
Huh?
Taking refuge. Taking refuge.
Taking refuge antidotes, right? Taking refuge, reciting mantra is a power of antidotes. So in order to minimize the negative karma, in order to purify negative karma, you have to practice the 4 power. Power of the basis, power of antidotes, power of regret, power of commitment. So, related to the purifying negative karma, so in generally, okay, you can depend on the two bases. If you accumulate negative karma based on sentient beings, for example, you have a very strong anger to someone, due to the anger you accumulate negative karma, then why not you just practice compassion towards the person? Also, it purifies your negative karma. So, the purifying negative karma depend on the sentient beings, depend on the merit field. Do you remember the example which is mentioned in the past? If you fall over the ground, when you fall down, you fall down where? You fall down on the ground. So you have to get up, depend on the ground. Same, if you accumulate negative karma, depend on the sentient beings. You just purify negative karma, depend on the sentient beings. If you accumulate negative karma based on the merit field, you can purify negative karma based on the merit field. That means you visualize the merit field. That means it's the basis power. Then sense of regret is the power of regret. Sense of regret, if you recite mantra, if you take a vows, if you take a bodhisattva vows, this is the power of antidotes. Then you need a commitment. I won't engage this action again and again. The 4 power. Or someday you can just visualize all sentient beings and cultivate compassion, cultivate bodhicitta, cultivate sense of compassion in order to purify negative karma. But it depends on your motivation. You, for example, making offering mandala. The making offering mandala can be for accumulating positive karma, can be for purifying negative karma. It depends on your motivation. Also recitation, you can recite something in order to purify negative karma. You can do the recitation in order to accumulate positive karma. If you purify negative karma, it not necessarily you are accumulating positive karma. Even though you are accumulating positive karma, it doesn't mean you are purifying negative karma. That's why usually we say, in order to purify negative karma, do the prostration. In order to accumulate positive karma, make a offering mandala. It's a different action, has a different purpose. The best one, I think the prostration, making prostration is the best antidote for purifying negative karma. Because negative karma we accumulate through the 3 doors: body, speech, and mind. When you do prostration, that moment you are doing physical action. Also you are purifying the physical karma, which is accumulated through physical body. At the same time, you are certainly reciting certain mantra, you are doing some chanting. That means you are using your speech. You purify your negative karma which is accumulated through your speech. At the same time, you are doing you have some visualization. You visualize the merit field. That means you are using your mind. At that time, when you do the prostration, you are doing your physical body, speech, and mind, three together. If you recite your mantra, you're still using your physical body, but not much, right? And related to the reciting mantra, so for example, when we have the Thara Puja, so during Thara Puja we recite the Thara mantra. In generally, I think better you should not use your mala, because you just do your concentration. You do just meditation, visualize the Thara, and just recite the mantra. If you're using your mala, also you get some distraction. If you really need to reach the certain number, 1 million mantra, then you have to use mala. If you don't need to reach certain number, you don't use mala, just simply sit quiet and visualize the Thara and recite the mantra. Then you have a less distraction. Because now according to Tibetan tradition, many monks use the mala. When they recite mantra, they always count. Certain monks have to be reached to the certain number. Therefore, they use mala. For you, if you not use reciting mantra certain number, just should not use the mala. Be quiet, recite the mantra. More important, you need to right visualization. So visualize the merit field, do the prostration. Among the merit field, the best, if you could, you visualize the 35 Buddhas. Last time when we have a class in Gerang, so we gave the CD with the 35 Buddhas as well as the merit field. Also merit field depend on your, your tradition, depend on your lineage. For example, if you follow just Buddhism, just Buddhist tradition, just visualize the Buddha Shakyamuni in the center of the merit field, and two sides just visualize Manjushri and Avalokiteshvara. I think left side Manjushri, right side Avalokiteshvara. Because Buddha is the founder of the Buddhism, so we follow the Buddha Shakyamuni. And next to you have to visualize Manjushri and Avalokiteshvara. Manjushri and Maitreya Buddha. Manjushri and Maitreya Buddha. Because Buddha taught extensive and profound teaching. The Manjushri is the holder of the profound teaching. Maitreya Buddha is the holder of the extensive teaching. That's why the lineage of the Buddhism so far is come from Buddha Shakyamuni, then the Manjushri, the Maitreya Buddha, Manjushri all the way to Nagarjuna all the way to right now, as well as Maitreya Buddha, Asanga, and all the way until now. So just visualize Buddha and Maitreya Buddha and Manjushri. Top of that, if you say, you have to visualize your Guru. You should not visualize separately. You just visualize the Buddha Shakyamuni as your Guru as a Buddha Shakyamuni. If you still go more precisely, then you visualize the Buddha Shakyamuni, heart of the Buddha Shakyamuni, you visualize your Guru. Or you can visualize your Guru as a center, as a Buddha Shakyamuni, then heart of your Guru, you can visualize Buddha Shakyamuni. So these things we learn when we have a Guru Yoga and so offering explanation. We will start from next month.
No. Today is October.
Today is the first month. Oh, because everybody has a job, right? That's when you know the date and month. I'm jobless, so I don't know date. Also, today is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I don't know. Right? Timeless, jobless.
No. So Geshe, you will continue like that, timeless.
Yeah, that's when we're going to start next week, right?
Tuesday.
Yeah, after 2 days, right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah. So this is so important. You visualize the merit field, do the prostration, then you purify all the negative karmas. Heavies. The next we learn the cause and effect. So okay, all the negative karma we can compound, we can divide into three: small, medium, great. All the small negative karma leads you to the lower realm. The medium leads you in the human. The great positive karma leads you to the upper realms. The negative same. The very small negative karma, like the animal. The medium hungry ghost. Very great one, very strong one in the hell. So medium, small, medium, and great. It's same positive, negative karma, and positive karma is same. Same how to point that. The next we have to learn the result. So, for example, killing. When we accumulate negative karma based on killing, the result can be four. The repent result, right? The repent result and result congruence. The next one, there's a two actually. One is similar outcome with the cause. Then the result of the environment. So all negative karma must have a four result. All positive karma must have a four result. First, repent result. Second is the congruent result. The third and fourth, one is the similar outcome as a causal condition. The last one is the result of the environment. But it's not really exact translation. We have used other different words. Not the environment, it's example. Is mentioned the repent result congruence, then repent quality. Is there any better word we can use rather than the environment? Okay, so just we go within one negative action, then other one, all other is very similar. For example, when we killed someone, the killing action has a repent result. What does mean repent result?
You experience killing himself. Let's say a person killed, they experience
No,
being killed.
repent means, once you kill someone, you will have a suffering.
Yes.
In general, suffering is the repent result. Then, result congruence. There are two types right here. Experience
Behavior.
congruent with the cause or cause. No. Experience congruence. One. Second is the behavior congruence. Okay, repent. The congruence has two types: experience and behaviors. Okay, repent means you killed, then you will get the result of suffering. When you experience the suffering, there's two types. You kill someone, due to that you can have a short life. Right? Because when you kill someone, you make a shorter their life. Due to that reason, when you experience the killing negative karma, you have a short life. This is the experience congruence. The second one, example of behavioral congruence, appear in some people, renunciation of the sins, for example, who read from but developing renunciation condition their own. Yeah, that means the behavior. For example, in the previous life, somebody killed someone. Due to that reason, the people likes to kill this life. Okay, it's a behavior. One is experiment. We make a shorter life, other. So this life we have a short life. It's a similar experience. The third one. So that when we kill someone, that time we have very strong motivation. Our mind is totally, dominated by negative affliction, emotion. That's why, due to that reason, this life someone like to kill. It's very similar upcoming. The third one, so you kill someone due to that reason. When you are born as, even though you are born as a human being, that due to the positive karma, but due to killing action, you are born as a very unpleasant place. It's a environment result. So, what is the repeat result of the killing? It can has a medium result, small result, great result. Due to the killing negative karma is small, you will born as an animal. The medium, you will born as a hungry ghost. The great, you will born in the hell. Is the repent. Then experience of the congruence. Killing, then you kill someone, you make their life is shorter. Due to that reason, you have a short life. The third one, behavior. In the past you killed, you have experience of the killing. Due to that reason, this life you like to kill it. Then the environment. You can see someone born as a human, but the environment is so unpleasant. Killing, the stealing of sin. You steal something in the previous life. So it's small, medium, great. Is going to born in the lower realms, three difference. You steal someone things, that means you make their poverty lesser. For example, somebody has $100, you steal $10, the person has only $90, the poverty becomes less. Due to that reason, even though this life you try to have a lot of money, try to have a good thing, doesn't matter how much you try, you never can have. This is the reason of, because you steal the previous life. It's kind of, experience result. The similar one, you steal in the previous life, then you like to steal this life. That means all noted virtues the same. Now we think about the virtuous one. Somebody saved somebody life in the previous life. Due to that reason, you have a long life. Thus, this is because repent one. The repent result, the small, you are born in the human. The medium, you are born in the form realms. The great one, the formless. Then the similar experience result, you save somebody's life, then you have a long life. You save somebody's life, due to that reason, this life you are really, you should save a lot of life. The environment where you are born with a good environment, good place. The stealing same, you avoid to steal something. Due to that reason, in small, medium, great, is in the different levels. And experience, you avoid to steal somebody money or somebody poverty. Due to that reason, you have a lot of poverty, you have a lot of things in this life. Because you stop, damage their poverty. Then the experience, the behavior, you stop to steal something, due to that reason, this life, we don't want to steal anything. That is similar, all of them. Here, before I move to the new subject or new topic, I need to explain few important things. Usually, what do you think? Okay, maybe you haven't heard this kind of topic. For example, we have a 5, 10 virtues. 5. Okay, the 5, 10 virtues. How many results can arise within the 5, 10 virtues? How many results we can have? 5, 10, 20. 2.
20.
25. How many? How?
5 and 4.
No. Yeah, you think this is also good way. But for example, okay, today we accumulate the karma for reborn for formless realms. So we accumulate one karma. Okay, one karma. The karma is just one. How many life it can have? How many results it can have? How many life? Just one life or 2 lives? Karma is just one. The result of the karma supposed to born as a formless realms. Okay, formless or form realms. So the karma is just only how many? One karma. For example, one seed can grow one sapling, not 2. Same, one karma which is very complete, very positive karma. This karma has just one ability, one potential to reborn just one life. Right? Then there's another karma, also is very complete, is positive. Can we compound the 2 karma in one? No. Okay. So can we divide one karma into 2? No. Okay.
Cannot contract.
So yes, we can. We can. So for example, we have a 2 complete karma which has a potential to born 2 human beings. 2 human beings. Okay, 2 karma. This complete karma, it has a potential to born 2 human beings, 2 human life. But due to our dedication, when we make a dedication, you just think I have a 2 karma, this 2 karma compound into one, and I wish I born as a king of the country, king of the nation. That's when you compound 2 karma, these 2 karma become like 1 karma, then you can become a king. If you born as a human being, you just born as a just ordinary human. If you compound 2 karma, the karma becomes very powerful. This karma you can be born as a king. That's why 1 karma throws 2 life. 10 karma throw 1 life. It's very possible. Because due to the dedication. Dedication. When you dedicate, it depends on you how you can dedicate, where you can dedicate. Okay? That's when we in Tibetan language say, Le Ji Ki means 1 karma can throw, few life. Few karma compound can throw 1 life. So that's why I always say to you, the dedication part is so important. You just accumulate, a lot of positive karma, then you just think all the karma, 20, 30, 50, 100 million karma just to make it together, just wish to born as a Dharma king, wish to born as a very powerful person. That means one karma, all karma come on, make it together, have a one life. Then, so we just learn about the five factors, 5 parts: basis, motivation, delusion, deed, and final step. Within the five, sometimes you have a motivation, no delusion. Sometimes you have a delusion, no motivation. Sometimes you have a both, but no deed. Sometimes you have a basis, delusion, deed, no final step. Then the karma cannot become complete. Also, at the beginning of your action, you have a very good motivation. And the middle of your actual practice, you forget the the good motivation. Somehow you have some kind of negative motivation, no good motivation. That means your karma is look like become very colorful. Colorful, huh? At the beginning it's very white, and then middle you forget the motivation. You can't do it black.
Sheila, I think it's confused, it's not colorful.
We Tibetan call mixing the white and black karma. Mixing karma.
It's great.
Karma, okay, grey karma. So that's why when we do practice, we should not forget the motivation from beginning to end. Then you have a very complete one. So that's very also also I think last time we have the 12 links dependent origination class. I explained you. We have within this life we have a kind of 2 karma. One karma, repent as a human being. That means we have a positive karma. That positive karma throw us as a human. Right now we are human being. Even though you can see some of your friends, someone, they are same as you, like the same family or same parents or same kind of people, but somebody is always facing problem. Always, since they're born, they face problem. Always, since they're born, they get sick. Always sick, never recover. And even though they try to do better thing, he never become better. What we call, we remember?
Completing karma.
Throw by positive karma, complete by negative karma or virtues. Okay? That means you should not think, because due to the positive karma, I reborn as a human being. I must have a good life because I reborn as by positive karma. Yes, you are reborn by positive karma, but you are completing by negative karma. Sometimes you are reborn by positive karma, your life is complete by positive, negative, so like colorful karma. Okay, so we must know how our life complete. So then this is important. One karma can have a many lives. For example, you accumulate just small karma, very tiny karma. But when you do the dedication, you dedicate this karma to be born as a king. Maybe 5 kings, 5 times kings, 10 times king. That means one karma, devote as a 5. So do you think that dedication is so important? Dedication is so important. He mentioned, resolved. So now you know the 5 result, right? Repent result, then experience congruence, behavior congruence. The last one, not environment, they use something. Vakudibu. Because some of you have Lamrim Chimo, the great cheaters, right? So you just compare 2 books. Like this is the better translation than this one. Because you use totally different words, different English. They use totally different word. Anyway, you just compare, these 2 books, then you can see the big difference. Okay, the next class. So, next class we will talk a little bit about the 4 result, little bit. Then we study a little bit how we can modify our behavior. Then we will move all the way to the medium scope. So we will spend maybe 4-5 times, maybe 4 times with the medium scope. Then we will start the dead scope. So when we study about dead scope, so we're not just studying. So we study at the same time. We try to have a practice. For example, the renunciation. So we talk a little bit, renunciation, the definition, how to cultivate renunciation, and we just have a experience based on the Lamrim. Then next, we will talk about the bodhicitta, how to cultivate bodhicitta. Not just, I talk and you just listen. No, we just talk together. We just have a kind of short conversation, right? Discussion. Once have a discussion, then we do, the meditation. That means I give a little bit, instruction, explanation. Then we have a discussion. Make sure everybody know. Must make sure everybody has a right understanding. Then a third part, based on the understanding, we try to have a meditation, try to have a experience. Then we are moving with a little bit study, little bit of practice. So far we don't have enough time. Also, big confusion how to do practice. So here I'll give you kind of the short summary until now what I have taught for you. Very short summary. Then you can have a kind of summary in your minds. You have time, right? Yes. Very short summary. That means at the beginning is going to talk about what? The quality of the greatness of the author who read the books. So there's so many different traditions. As a Buddhist, whatever we practice, whatever we learn, everything must taught by Buddha. That means, the stream of the water have to be reached to the in Tibet, not in Singapore. in Tibet. So that means whatever we learn, whatever we practice, whatever we study, the lineage have to goes all the way to Buddha. Clear? So the greatness of the author, the greatness of the person who taught the Dharma is so important. If the person is not, good in practice, the books never be thrown as a good books. After that, then we said, the greatness of the teaching. The greatness of the teaching. So the teaching which is we study about only 2 different kind of teaching. One is directly taught by Buddha Shakyamuni, translated into different language. A second type of teaching, which is commentary on the Buddha teaching. Okay, commentary, it doesn't matter, commentary by Indian master, Tibetan master, Chinese master, commentary on the Buddha teaching. So there's two types of teaching. So when we study about the teaching, we need to know what is the unique thing in this book, what I can learn from this book, the greatness of the teaching. First, we just think about the teaching of the Buddha Shakyamuni. What is the greatness? What is the unique thing Buddha taught? What is the differences between Buddha teaching and non-Buddha teaching? What is the difference between Buddhist teaching and non-Buddhist teaching? All the non-Buddhist teaching include like a Hindu, Christian, Muslim, Judaism. Everybody talk about what? They talk about believe in the God, just accept the God, believe in the God, follow His advice. They never say if you follow the teaching you can become a God. Never ever. So look at the greatness of the Buddha teaching. Buddha said, I realize the truth. After I follow the truth, I achieve nirvana. I am become fully enlightened person. If you follow my teaching, if you follow my instruction, one day you can become like me. Then he talk about the Buddha nature. So, in generally, all sentient being has a Buddha nature. All sentient being has a potential ability to be Buddha. In order to cultivate the Buddha nature, so we have to practice, we have to study. Now we think about the practices, how we can practice. So Buddha taught so many things, so many different subjects, so many different topics. All the Buddha teaching we can divide into three practices. Practice of Shila, practice of mindfulness, practice of wisdom. All practice we can include into three practices. Practice of small scope, practice of middle scope, practice of great. Very clear, right? Buddha, the teaching, then the practice. Small, medium, great. The practice of the small scope, practice of the great scope, practice of the medium scope is not for three different people. It's not for three different groups. Someone first can be small scope for few months or few years. Just practice the small scope parts. Most must emphasize accumulating positive karma, purifying negative karma. Purifying negative karma, accumulating positive karma. Only emphasize these parts. Then we call this is the small scope part. No renunciation, no bodhicitta, no taking refuge. Just emphasize about accumulating positive karma and purifying negative karma. Because the small scope being, they don't want to reborn in the lower realms. In order to avoid, they need to avoid what? Negative karma. They wish to reborn in the higher realms, like a human being. In order to reborn, what they have to do? Accumulate the positive karma. Very simple, huh? This means the small scope path. That's a true thing. Avoid the negative karma, accumulate the positive karma. Just emphasize two areas. You can be small scope for few months, few years. The second, they have to move practice of the medium scope. Right now we are studying about what? The small scope. We talk about the karma. We talk about how we accumulate the negative karma, how accumulate positive karma. What are the consequences? When you move, when your practice move to the medium scope, how you need to do? What you need to do? You need to think in the lower realms, it's totally full of suffering, totally stuck, being or totally suffered. Even though I reborn in the human, I will have a suffering. Even though I am on the highest realms, the formless realms, I will be happy for maybe 100 or 200 or maybe few millions will be happy. Then again reborn in the lower realms, unfortunate realms, human. Then we call cyclic existence. Right? So in order to follow the middle path, you need to know the certain, you must have a good understanding about the 12 links dependent origination. When you reflect, when you meditate on the 12 links interdependent, therefore you very easy to cultivate renunciation, because you cannot see the beginning, you cannot see the end. You look like you are just putting your finger on the wheel. You cannot see the beginning and you cannot see the end. So, in order to practice the middle scope paths, first you need a sense of renunciation. You need to cultivate renunciation, totally renounce with the lower realms and the higher realms. You need to look at, you need to think the three realms is totally full of suffering. It looks like fireplace. When you jump in a fireplace, doesn't matter which side, it burns you. If you jump, the side which has a less fire, you have a less suffering, but still it can burn you. If you jump in the where has a more fire, you have a more suffering. That means you cultivate the renunciation. Renounce with the samsara. In order to have a renunciation with the samsara, you need a renunciation with the cause of the samsara: ignorance, attachment, desire, anger, hatred. In order to have a renounce with those affect emotions, you really need to think the consequence of affect emotions. When anger arises, the first time makes you unhappy. As anger storm become very strong, it cannot stay in your heart. You won't stay in your heart, it's come out. Then shouting, fighting, using hard words and harsh words, fighting your friend, family, finally you are totally not happy, then you kill yourself. When you think about the consequence of anger, then you definitely have a very strong desire to reduce anger. Then attachment, sin. In order to have a renounce with the affective emotion, you need to think the bad consequence. Then finally you have a sense of renunciation with the samsara, renunciation with the emotions. Renunciation doesn't mean you don't need anything. You don't need family, you don't need clothes, you don't need food. No, it's totally very extreme. You must have a family, you must have a job, you must have a food, clothes. But you should not have a sense of attachment, sense of clinging with the samsara. Especially, you should not have a sense of appreciate about your affect emotions. Then cultivate renunciation and practice dwelling interdependence. Then slowly you go more deeper level. The root of the suffering is the three poisons: attachment, desire, anger. Three are rooted by ignorance. Ignorance has a two level: gross and subtle. Then ignorance of the person, ignorance of the being is the gross. Then subtle one, ignorance of the phenomena. So you need to know the true level of ignorance. You need to reduce, you need to minimize the true ignorance. In order to reduce the true ignorance, you need to realize true emptiness, true selflessness, selflessness of person, separation of phenomena. This means you need to know how things are exist in the right way, the right view. Once you understand the the right view or the emptiness, just meditate on emptiness with the renunciation, practice for many years, move step by step. First part, second part, third part, fifth, finally you can achieve liberation. You can achieve, what called self. Anyway, you can achieve liberation for yourself. This is the how you can practice small scope and the middle. Next, many people think, even though when I was young, I thought about this. Becoming Buddha is very difficult. Eliminate the subtle ignorance. Very difficult. I thought, well, first I should eliminate the gross becoming, arhat. Then I have a less attachment. I have a less, obstacle. Then for me, very easy to practice the bodhicitta. First, you achieve liberation. Clean all the afflicted emotions. Then practice bodhicitta. Very easy because you don't have a lot of obstacle. Because you eliminate negative karma, you eliminate afflicted emotions. But once you achieve liberation, you have a very kind of bad habit, very bad habit. Because when you achieve liberation, you have a incredible sense of happiness, very bliss, very bliss. So you will stay in this state forever. So difficult to arise from this state. That's why at the Buddha Shakyamuni, when he came to the land in Varanasi, so when first time when he gave a teaching about Four Noble Truths, many practitioners arhat, I think they remains in the underground because they meditate from the single point meditation for many years, and their body become like rock. When they heard the teaching from Buddha, they asked, who's giving teaching? And someone answered, giving teaching by fourth Buddha, Buddha Shakyamuni. They thought, oh, now I must live. Because they don't want to listen the teaching of bodhicitta. They don't want to lose the sense of bliss. So that's why you could have, if you think, after I achieve arhat, then I can have a better time to practice bodhicitta. No. It looks like, someone born as an ordinary family. Someone born in a noble family. If you ask the two children who are born in the, noble family, one who are born in the ordinary people family, if you ask two of them, go somewhere, stay 1 night or 2 nights, the children who are born in the noble family, they are going to miss the family, food, bed, clothes, cannot stay overnight. They will run from the night camp. The child who are born in the ordinary family, that child can stay there overnight. He cannot see much different. So, after you achieve, liberation, is so difficult to practice bodhicitta. That's why should not? We just try to practice bodhicitta, beginning of your practice. Renounce with the samsara, renounce with the emotion, and extend your compassion for everybody. So for our compassion is very limited. We have a compassion only about what? Our families, our brothers, sisters, relatives, very close one, very limited. Cultivating, bodhicitta as a great compassion, just extend the, extend the object, extend the thing where you can focus. You just extend from your friends to family to friends to neutral, slowly you can extend this compassion for everybody. Not just only imaginable. Practice compassion in the real sense level. Then slowly you can cultivate great compassion, then bodhicitta. Then you are going to enjoy the Mahayan paths. So far we just finished the small scope parts, almost finished. And next we're going to talk very little bit about the middle scope practice, then bodhicitta. So today I'm going to stop this class here. We have how many times?
Three classes.
Okay, why not just the page number 409, not but only until the day 14. Day 14. 409 until day 14. That means page number 427. Very few, I think only 6-7 pages. So please, review what you have learned today. And page number 409 to 427. Only few pages. Right? Very few pages, only few. One second. Yeah, there's it. Until the day 14. Part 5, the middle school. Okay, so we have a little time. Why not we just do the short meditation about first. Just we go through the, I think better to go the 12 links in independence. But today we just go through the reverse. Reverse. So right now we have a life. We are born as a human being. The life which we have is arises from what? Arises from birth. Before we birth, then there's nothing. We were before we become like a 60 or 80 or 27 year. So first we were born. Before we born, we were somewhere. Let's say in the previous life, everybody were again human. So between the previous life and this first life, before we were born, there's a karma. Okay, karma. The karma increase developed by attachment, craving and grasping. Okay, birth arises from karma. The karma repent or developed by clinging and grasping. Then the karma and grasping, clinging, both of them rooted by ignorance. Ignorance. There is ignorance, there is a karma, there is a grasping, clinging, due to the, I think, four of them. Then we were born as a human. Right now, we have a name and form, So we have a source. Then when we contact, when our sense contact with the object, and when we have a pleasant feeling, so when we have a pleasant feeling, we have a strong attachment, we have a strong desire, don't want to lose the pleasant feeling. When our sensation attached with the unpleasant object, then we have a sense of headache. So we have a headache. So that means, we are totally in a circle. So please everybody, meditate on step by step. First, ignorance, then karma. The karma, developed by clinging and grasping. Then finally the karma become very complete, or becoming or exists, becoming. Then we were born as a human. Even though right now we have been accumulating the negative karma by ignorance, clinging, desire, they are ready to reborn in the next life. So we have a death. Everybody, when we heard about death, everybody is so scared. So in order to avoid the death, we have to avoid birth. In order to avoid stop to birth, so we have to avoid the becoming. In order to stop, having the becoming, then we have to stop clinging and desire, clinging and grasping. That means the death can be stopped when we stop to be born. To be born can be stopped when we stop that becoming. The becoming can be stopped when we stop desire and grasping. The desire, grasping can be stopped when we stop touch. Okay, contact or touch. Touch. The object, the subject, contact with the object. For example, the eye consciousness contact with a beautiful object or ugly object. The contact can be stopped when we stop the source, seek source. The source can be stopped when we stop a name and form. A name and form can be stopped when we stop the karma. So consciousness. The consciousness which is, store all the negative or positive karma. The consciousness can be stopped when we stop the karma. The karma can be stopped when we stop ignorance. Ignorance, attachment, desire. That ignorance can be stopped when we realize the ultimate truth, when we realize the subtle level, when we realize the emptiness. So we just meditate on the reverse way, all the way to the ignorance. Ignorance can be stopped when we stop. Can be stopped when we realize the emptiness. Emptiness can be realized. We can understand when we understand dependent origination, dependent arising. Okay, so we can stop here.